Hey, you're back on here. Sorry about all the jails here. I haven't been on for a few days. A lot of stuff going on here at home, but we're going to go ahead and start up today. I'm going to pause just for a moment because somebody messaged and something I might be able to use. So I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey, I'm back here. Sorry about that. I had some things to do here. I'm trying to use a new program here. It's called OBS. It's a lot bigger, better program. And hopefully in the next week or so or less, I'll be able to get that up and running. And that way I can use two different cameras because the one off the computer is very good to look at. The other one gives more options, etc. So look for that to come in the next few days here. Yeah. And then just kind of a little overview here. I'm going to share my screen a little bit here. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Sorry, just a minute here. My computer is going nuts. There you go. Okay, so trying to get it so that I can share the screen again. Here we go. And we're going to pop that screen up there. Where did it go? Sorry. There we go. Now I get it up there. All right, this is my actual website for my Huskies team that I coach. It's huskiesbball.net if you want to go in there and check it out. Some videos from last year, some pictures from this year, a little bit more about what we're about, etc. And yeah, I'm hoping within the next year or so I'll be able to get more attraction to that and find some fun somewhere to boost it to get more people interested in playing basketball. So yeah, so that's, like I said, it's huskiesbball.net. And like I said, you see this deal on the corner. That's the one that is it. There was huskiesbball.com, but that one got taken down. So take a look at that if you have an opportunity. Let's see here, get that. I have some few topics here we're going to go over here today. Several different platforms. This one's Newsmax, sorry. This has some information on that. We're going to jump around a little bit on it and go into different websites, etc. And we'll kind of talk about a little what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pop this one in so we can listen to the video portion of it. So just give me a minute while I get that done. So there we go. There's the video right there. There we go. My computer is not. Oh, there it is right there. My screen. Okay. Now we'll see if we can actually get it to play within here. I'm going to try that. Computer's not going very fast today. Sorry about that, guys. Oof. I don't know what is wrong with the computer system today, but it is slow. Oh, come on. Try it again like that. Maybe it'll come in quicker. There we go. Oh.
Strikes hit Kiev power plant as blackouts by Newsmax.
Some people think nature is like this, but actually it's like this. That's why Columbia engineers everything we make for anything nature can throw.
It should be that.
Engineered for whatever.
Russian forces struck a thermal power generation facility in the Kiev region as part of an overnight attack. Ukraine's energy ministry said on Monday, provoking localized blackouts and gas outages. The strikes followed a day after Moscow's largest air attack of its 3.5-year war on Ukraine. The goal is obvious, to cause even more hardship to the peaceful population of Ukraine, to leave Ukrainian homes, hospitals, kindergartens, and schools without light and heat, the ministry wrote on the Telegram messaging app. It added that rescuers and technicians were working on site on Monday. Russia's defense ministry confirmed that it had hit Ukrainian energy infrastructure. Moscow has regularly bombarded Ukraine's energy facilities since it launched its full-scale invasion in 2022, causing massive blackouts in previous years. Ukraine's electricity grid operator Ukrenergo said on Monday that Russia had attacked power infrastructure in several regions of Ukraine, which had caused localized blackouts. Emergency repair work is ongoing, and most consumers had their power restored by Monday morning, it said. Mykola Kalashnik, the governor of Kiev region, said the attack had damaged the local gas grid, and that over 8,000 properties in 8 settlements would be
I'm not sure what's
disconnected
going
from their
on with the
gas
computer
supply
today.
over
It's
the
not
next 2
working
days as
properly,
repairs
so
were carried out.
trying to
several
find the
weeks now, the
screen that
enemy has been
has the
striking
video on
energy
it
system
here,
facilities
but
in various
it's
regions.
not working
Serhiy
very well.
Kovalenko, CEO of energy company Yasno, wrote on
Let's try
X.
this one.
Of course, no one knows what will happen this autumn, but given the recent strikes, there is no particular cause for optimism, he added in a subsequent post.
Yes, the short answer is yes.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential
It's just,
savings.
sorry guys.
Not
I tried
available
to get
in
rid
all
of this.
states.
I'll probably have to sort it over here.
To undercut the competition that hires U.S. citizen employees.
Okay, now sorry about that. We'll get back to where we need to be. I'm not sure what that was doing that, but we'll get it started over here and get it taken care of.
So there was another ICE operation, pretty
So let's
sizable.
go ahead
ICE detained near than
and
500
share the
people
screen
in a
again.
massive raid
And
at a
that's
Hyundai plant in Georgia.
there.
According to ICE, most of those arrested were South Korean nationals, all of them, according to ICE, living in the
There we
United
go.
States illegally.
Now it's up and going where I want it.
More large-scale
And
raids
this is all
on
to do with
businesses where so many
the
employees
border
are
and
not in the
illegal
country illegally.
immigration and getting the people out of the country that need to go back to their home countries. Sorry about that, guys. It's coming through the video, and then we'll read right back to Tom Homan and
They have
the anchor from CNN.
And what more can you tell us about the Hyundai raid?
Yes, the short answer is yes. We're going to do more work saying enforcement operatives. Because number one, it's a crime to enter this country legally. Number two, it's a crime to knowingly hire an illegal alien. And these companies that hire illegal aliens, they undercut their competition as paying U.S. citizen salaries. Look, no one hires an illegal alien on the goodness of their heart. They hire them because they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut the competition that hires U.S. citizen employees.
Oh yeah, that's Tom Homan talking about that. I agree, but something has to be done because there are workers that need to be here that come in as solid, basically trying to be solid citizens here. A lot of them been here their whole life, don't even know another country, etc. To me, there's got to be something put in place where some of them can stay, but they have to pay some type of fine or something. I don't know all the ins out what to do with it, but they have to basically pay a price because they chose to cross the line and not know who they are, etc. Some of them been here 20, 30, 40 years with no contact with anything. We don't know who they are, etc. They're probably great people and, provide a great service to all the industries. The thing that I don't understand is that, excuse me. Okay, back out of that screen there. Thing I don't understand is why isn't there more pushback on businesses that are hiring illegal aliens? Them big corporations, etc., should be fined the crap out of for doing it because they're falsifying records, etc., just like they accused Trump of doing. So it's like a double standard, There's a lot of stuff that Biden did, and because he was incompetent, it was what they said on the investigation, he didn't have to go to court, etc. He should be put in prison for the rest of his life for what he did. He had no reason to have classified information, especially at his home. He's not a president. They're not allowed to take classified information anywhere. And most of all, the Chinese people built that library deal for him at Penn State and funded all of it. They had the documents there. Who knows who had access to them, etc. So, I hate the double standard on that. Everybody should be held accountable for everything they do. And it's not that way on multiple different things. So definitely don't agree with all that, what's going on. in my opinion, with all the people that are here and buying this stuff, they were actually paying the correct amount of taxes, etc. I'm not saying how much we would have, but I think the deficit would be a lot lower. The other thing is all this foreign aid sending overseas. Why aren't we getting aid from countries, especially when we have hurricanes and stuff like that? Where's the help for America? Why isn't money being sent over here for the people that are in distress from the floods and everything else, tornadoes? You know, where's the help from all the other countries? But they sit there and beg and beg and beg for us to send money to them, but there's nothing to help us. You know, we're a great big country. There's no reason we should have a $37 trillion deficit. That's just ridiculous. And all the fraud stuff and stuff that's just been set to just stupid things. All that money that they spend on it could be spent on infrastructure within the United States, especially if they want to go green, basically. If they want electric cars and everything like that, they're not going to have enough for the electrical grid to cover all this. And it's going to cost thousands, probably millions and millions of dollars to get that infrastructure up to par. I mean, it could be into the billions too, who knows? The more they go. And the thing that people aren't knowing is they're still drilling and getting mines from the ground to get the lithium and all that stuff that goes along with, you know, cars. You know, they're still getting the metal deals out of the ground. You know, they still have to have oil things with it and to, you know, move the parts and stuff. Oil is in there for brake fluids and things like that. They still have rubber belts in there. You know, all that stuff is still being made. The only difference is you're not putting fuel in it. You know, but you know, who can afford one, number one? And then they're talking about already putting taxes on it for people charging their cars because they're not getting the road tax on it because they're not buying gas. You know, where does that freaking end, for God's sakes? You know, all we do is pay taxes after taxes after taxes and no return, basically. I mean, yes, there's some here and there, but it should be a lot more. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we shouldn't be sending one penny overseas. They should be helping us out, you know, pull all that money back from freaking NATO and give it here for our needs, protect our nation and our infrastructure and stuff and keep the stuff at the border, you know, help pay these National Guard people of the individual states for them being down there, give the money back to them. The other thing on it too, why aren't we forcing Mexico to keep these people in their country and not let them come across? And it's ridiculous that they're allowed to walk through their country and come right into the United States, you know? And Mexico supposedly is this great place to be in, all these factories and stuff. Why aren't the people staying there? You know, if it's such a great country that they're in Mexico, why aren't they staying in that section? It makes no sense at all. You know, as soon as I get some feedback on that, I got some questions, I'd love to debate that deal because it's just ridiculous and crazy that people are doing that. But yeah, got some feedback on it. Don't hesitate to message. Hopefully we'll get a lot of viewers this time. Last time, a couple times, been a little bit slow, so hopefully we'll get some. Please share it with friends, etc., so we can build our base. Like I said, just trying to get a better streaming system and stuff so that I have something to do here. Not working due to some health issues, so you'll see me where I won't be on for a day or two, and come back on. And that's all due to my health. I can't do as much as I normally could. So got some few other topics here that we want to go over. Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit. Nebraska Cornhuskers is our family team. This is one of their first deals. It wasn't one of the higher level teams. It just Akron Zips. I never even heard of that one, so I don't know even anything about it. But Nebraska won 68-0. That had to be one of the biggest shutouts in Cornhusker history. If there are any Husker fans out there, shout out to everybody at the fan. We like it. Go Big Red. Sound like the black shirts showed up on defense. Fortunately, didn't get to watch the game, so if anybody has any clips or anything like that, please send them across. I'd love to watch them, but it's hard to find any on my end. So, all right, that's kind of on the line to go there. We're kind of going all over the map here with different things. We're not doing the same thing every day. So now we have story with Brandon and Valley building cabins. sounds like that's something very interesting. And hopefully this was something that is good for everybody. This is a new project. I'm going to try and put it on the screen just a minute here. I want to share it onto the screen real quick here. Okay, there we go. All right, hopefully you can read this to see it. If not, I'm going to go off of it. New project at Brandon Valley High School has students building for the future of popular Sioux Falls campground. Another day with temperatures in the teens isn't stopping these teenagers from taking the classroom outdoors. See, I want to scroll that up just a little bit here. We needed something to build, and they needed something that needed to be built. Brandon Valley teacher Tom Grody said, a longtime teacher at Brandon Valley, Tom Grody helped select 8 students to spend the school year building sleeper cabins for a local campground. Sounds pretty interesting to me. Let's see here. Like I said, I'm going to kind of scroll through here. It's going to take a little bit to keep up on things. We've had woodworking program, but we haven't had a building trades program. And to get this going, we needed something to get started with, and hopefully it will continue to expand. Jody said, the cabins are a work in progress, but we'll eventually find a home at Yogi Bear's Yellowstone Park in Sioux Falls, replacing the oldest cabins on the property. So yeah, that sounds like an awesome deal that the kids are able to build something that somebody's going to use and teach them a skill at the same time. Because I think shop type classes are really good for students to get them out in the workforce, because the label for hard working jobs are just very, very few people that are even willing to do it because of the different weather conditions, etc. So for these guys, you know, step up and, you know, even in the chillier days, work outside to get these built is just awesome. I'm kind of proud of the teacher in school. We used to live in Brandon for a while, so we know quite a bit of the community. But yeah, very, very happy to see that. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. You know, as originally I would have said, just learning how to do the skills, but the growths have been so great in so many different ways that I'm just happy with all that. And students recently started construction on a 3rd cabin and hope to deliver all 3 cabins to Oakland by the end of the school year. That is freaking awesome. Can't wait to see that. Hopefully I get to drive out there, by it, and see a little bit more about it. So, all right, I'm gonna stop that screen share for now. Yeah, Nicholas popping in on me. I have to remember to go back to that and visit with him about it. Okay, next here. This one is Newsmax, and has an article about what's going on with Russia and Ukraine currently there. I'm going to try to get this started off because they got a video about it. Let me see if I can get it merged in the screen share, so it gives you a little bit more viewing of it. It just takes a little bit. This program is kind of slow, if you know what I mean. All right.
TVs, hot dogs, and folk. And it's not just the White House that is excited about this. Former NFL kicker and Republican Arizona congressional candidate Jay Feely took to X to say, quote, President Trump's economic playbook delivers again. Football fans can finally enjoy low prices again as we cheer on our favorite teams every Sunday. Thank you, President Trump. End quote. Speaking of former NFL kicker and Republican Arizona congressional candidate, Jay Feely joins me. He's right here in Washington. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, Greta.
Nice to see you. So the prices are going down. You like that?
I think everybody likes that. Just like you have with Jim Jordan, everybody wants to know their family's safe and they want the economics to be good. They have hope for the future. And I think that's what President Trump is bringing to neighborhoods all around the country, is that hope for a better future.
I think we're going to get the NFL ticket prices down at any point.
I don't know, you have to ask Roger Goodell about that.
Because they're quite steep.
It is. It's fun. I mean, I love my time in the NFL. I spent 14 years in the NFL. It was great every day. The best part about it was meeting all the
football
fans,
deal,
getting
because
to
the post, if you
interview
see it
them,
up there,
to
it's
use
Russian
that
strikes
that
hit
football
Kiev
gave me
power
to
plant
have an
causes
impact in my community.
blackout.
I'm trying to do the
So
same thing in Congressman.
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and pause that and try to get out of it, because it was a video of what was going on over there, but for some reason it switched to this other one about football. So I'm just gonna kind of read through here, because like I said, I thought it was a let's see here.
Russian strikes hit Kiev power
There you
plant
go.
caused blackouts by Newsmix.
Some people think nature is like this, but actually it's like this. That's why Columbia engineers everything we make for anything nature can throw at you. Columbia, engineered for whatever.
I'm just gonna get out of this. I'm not sure.
Struck
There we
a
go.
thermal power generation facility in the Kiev region as
See,
part of an
what's weird,
overnight
it
attack.
doesn't even show where this is
Ukraine's
at.
energy ministry said on Monday,
All right,
provoking localized.
we're gonna just get out of that one. All right, let's see here. I know I had some other articles pulled up here, but for some reason, again, these deals. Oh, there's one of them right there. Politico, and this one is why California's middle class is begging Alex Padilla to run for governor to replace Gavin Newsom. The senior senators petition with a bid to see Gavin Newsom has riveted California's political class since Vice President Kamala Harris took a pass, leaving the contest wide open and with a field benefit of any obvious star. Padilla is hardly regarded as electrifying, but to many Democrat operatives and dignitaries in the state capital, he is viewed as an intriguing option, underscoring the breadth and durability of the relationship he has formed during his steady rise in politics. Padilla is part and has been part of Sacramento's culture, and Jody Hicks, CEO and president of Planned Parenthood Affiliates of California. He came here very young and spent a lot of time with people and has deep relationships. Not sure if I agree with that part, because I don't like Planned Parenthood, and we won't go down that rabbit hole today. We'll tackle that one another day. Padilla does not command the clout or near universal name recognition that Harris does, despite his decade in a statewide office, and he lacks the sizzle of politics like Newsom. Like the presidential contender who revels in ambitious policy swings and practicate statements, but his profile scared went after he was tackled for challenging Homeland Security Kristi Noem and at a Jews News conference in Los Angeles. And the enthusiasm and Sacramento for his candidacy suggests he could draw on a reservoir of individual and deep-pocketed supporters, elected officials, and interest group leaders who play an outside mile in steering endorsements and campaign cash. Padilla would also be able to run for governor without forfeiting his Senate seat, since he's not up for re-election until 2028. The 2026 contest in California, most competitive governor race in decades, and many Democrats are still searching for an alternative from former Rep. Katie Porter, who rose to prominence with her sharp questioning of corporate executives and government officials in Washington, and is viewed by some as too progressive. Porter has capitalized at Harris' exit to vault into the polling lead. Some interest groups, funders, and Democratic operatives have grown alarmed about Porter's frontrunner status, propelling an effort to lure Padilla into the race. Porter herself predicted that more candidates would enter the field. There's a lot of chattering class of Sacramento who haven't been and more, I'm not sure what the heck that word is, with some of the other candidates at Andrew Acosta. hopefully they get a good governor in there, because Newsom is just a hot mess with things. I don't think that, I don't even know how he got elected governor, and I hope he does run for president, because whoever is in there is just going to smoke him. I mean, he's got such a hot mess that he's not even dealing with California. How do they expect him to come in as president to do anything? It's just ridiculous of putting somebody in there that is worse than Harris was. You know, we definitely know that she wasn't a good fit there, and that's why she lost big time to Trump, because she was just not right. Not because she's female, not because she's black, what you say, and all that stuff. There's just, she wasn't even ready to do it. You could tell that she didn't want to separate from Biden and all that crap mess that he did. She just wanted to basically just take over with no leaving his ideology and stuff like that. Sorry about that. I had to take a bite. But yeah, it's just totally ridiculous on the things that they're doing. And Democrats, if they keep putting these people in place, like Cortez, or how you pronounce her name, I hope she gets up here and run, because that's just kind of easy smoking by the Republicans, because she's not even qualified to be a senator, or a congressman, let alone run for president. I mean, she's just not ready for it. Switching news a little bit. This is all over the news here, where a Phillies fan come over and basically told the guy that got the ball, "Hey, you were in my section. You know, you were supposed to leave that for me. It was right in my seats, etc." So he ended up giving her the ball, but him and his kid got a good deal back out of it, because Phillies come in there and they gave him a big old bag of stuff, and then he could go back deal and meet all the players, etc. So, the kid did deserve it. She had no right to come over there. When the ball goes into the stands, it's free game. Now, first one to grab it, it's theirs. Just because it lands in your section doesn't mean that the ball is yours. So yeah, she's getting plastered all over the news, unfortunately. Should have never happened. Something like that, you know, that should have been handled a lot differently. But unfortunately, stuff like that does happen. But I think to kind of get it out of the news, just to be one of the top deals on the news. It's just ridiculous. There's more important things that we can talk about in today's times. You know, we got several different smaller war type things. You know, Ukraine deal, that should have been over months ago. I like Trump too, and I don't think he's handling this correctly. He needs to basically say, "Hey, Putin, get him the heck out of there. You know, here's what's going to happen with it. And if you don't follow the line, you know, here we come. NATO and everybody's going to come full force. I mean, if you can't even use their forces to beat Ukraine, how in the God's earth are you going to freaking fight the United States with all that we have?" I don't think they have the military power to do that. And I think that's why Bruno, get down. Sorry, guys. Dog's getting up where he's not supposed to. Anyway, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, he could cut off everything for him. No stuff through North Korea and China, you know. He needs to step into North Korea and China and say, "Hey, you know, you're not going to use your people to fight them and stuff. You need to get out of there. We're going to put even harder sanctions on you." You know, it's just ridiculous. It's gone on this long. I mean, Biden did zero to take care of it. And I haven't seen Trump lift a finger basically to us. So I'm very, very disappointed in, you know, him getting them things done. I mean, he should stop all these stupid executive orders, change and everything. You know, deal with the top things first and get them taken care of, and then move down the ladder basically to do the smaller ones. A lot of them get cleared up pretty quickly, in my opinion. But I don't know. We need a president that actually does more than what he speaks during his election times. There are so many things that are screwed up. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand it. Why, you know, we're pouring all this money overseas, etc., and you know, all these people that are getting kickbacks for things and having NGOs and all of that. And why are we allowed to do that? I mean, there's no trace of the money. There's no keeping track of who got it, where it was spent, etc. So that's a long, deep conversation, and somebody wants to visit about a little bit, don't hesitate to message me, and we'll go over what questions you have. It's kind of been a long video here. Just let's say again, do the other ones, and I still have been in trouble with my computer deleting pages for some reason. I'm going to take a look at that. Hopefully, the next time that I come on, that's going to be different. There's another program called OBS that you can have 2 live cameras going. I'm hoping to be able to use that so that we can go forward with it. Yeah. Like I said, I watch the other camera because it will come in from the side view. And once we get it set up and going, then if somebody does want to come on the podcast and talk, I'll have the camera right set up, and I'll put it in a place where it shows the other person and me having the conversation. So hoping that it'll all work out and we'll do better. So, all right. Well, thanks for checking in with me. Make sure, please, and share this with others. If you have certain topics that you want to hear, etc., please let me know. And I'll do a little bit more research on them and see what we can talk about. Have a good day. Thank you.